Prayer is a very important Christian activity, and because it's the way you get into touch or keep in touch with God, which is obviously a very important thing to happen. People often ask me when I was at the Met Office, how about praying for weather? You see, can we pray for rain or pray for sunshine or pray for whatever? My answer to that has always been, of course we can pray, because God wants us to ask him for things. He wants to know our needs, and he wants us to pray for these things. And then people say, well, doesn't that really mean that you don't believe that no, the science is all important in determining the weather? Maybe God can tweak it in some way. No, I say I think the science is absolutely right. We keep on with the science because the science is telling us how God does it. But we can also go to God and tell him our needs as well. And God is clever enough to take both into account, because the laws of nature, after all, they're God's laws. He made them, and he, by and large, we believe, abides by the laws which we've understood of the way he does it. But that's all they are. They're God's laws. And if they're God's laws, and if God is the one who listens to our prayers at the same time, then should be no conflict between believing the scientific story is a story which is a very consistent story, and the Christian story, or the faith story, which tells us that God is in control not just of the scientific part of it, but also he's very interested in our reaction as free human beings as to how we behave. That's the theoretical bit. I have often struggled with unanswered prayer, as one does. No, there seems great promises in the Bible saying God will answer your prayers, but he doesn't always. And he wants us to be patient. And above all else, he wants us to get to know him better. And so these are quite hard lessons to learn sometimes, to realise that very important to God is his relationship with us. He wants us to relate to him. And sometimes he allows unfortunate things to happen, things that he seems to do nothing about, in order to bring us into line with his purposes and what he wants from us, and in particular the love which he wants us to show for him. And I suppose I'm continually learning, or trying to learn that lesson, which is a very hard lesson to learn.